Hey everyone, this is Jaxie, and today we are going to get excited about history with Panzer Corps. And as you can see right now, the Polish are launching a major counterattack. So in this scenario, things are a little different. We've been on the attack so much, and here right now we are trying to defend the Bzura River because we've overextended ourselves and we have to defend these crossings. And so I have already done the deployment. It's the same units really I've been using the whole time, except now we have to defend and we have to hold out. And to get the decisive victory, and I really want to go for it, we have to hold all of the objectives. And that's going to be tough. So my strategy in this scenario is most of the objectives, and good hit right there. Most of the objectives are actually on the river line. And as we've talked about in previous scenarios, being on a river line is scary because you will take bonus damage and you won't do as much. So I'm actually going to use the game mechanic to my advantage and pull back from the objectives. The game is only going to see, do I hold them at the end or not? It's not going to care if I let the Poles take them for a temporary amount of time. So I'm going to pull back, I'm going to draw them onto the river, and then as they are on the river itself, I'm going to relentlessly counterattack. Now, the ones that are city hexes I can get away with, so I can leave those pioneers there, that's no issue. But I am going to have to really just rope-a-dope them, have them come on the rivers, and then hit them with everything I have. It's the same core. I have not switched out like the recon unit and stuff yet. I've gotten some good advice from people on the Slithering forums to get a strategic bomber. Haven't done that just yet. But my defensive force, I have enough artillery to cover the two main ends. With the non-core units, I should have like 3 pieces. I have anti-tank guns, I have lots of infantry, lots of armor, and I do have what I think is pretty adequate air cover. So I'm hoping we can get the decisive victory. It's going to get dicey, but I really think constantly getting a river hex advantage, I should be able to just wear them down, destroy all their units, and then if I have to counterattack, I can counterattack. So right here, tankettes are already coming, but they're attacking into the mountains, and see, I'm attacking onto a river. So that hurt. I mean, their tankettes did more damage than I'd like, but I definitely gave more than I got. So strategy looks like it's going to work so far. And right there, they can't do anything against the 38T. Beautiful. The battle for, I'm going to try this. Piatek so far is going in our favor, but we have a long way to go. It's only turn 2. I have banked up 2,200 prestige. And this might be the scenario where we start losing units and have to do combat replacements. I'm hoping we don't. We've been fortunate so far. But the scenario is designed to make you feel like it's a last-ditch effort, and so we shall see. And right there, going to destroy them, but I have no need to take that river. I'm going to do it at the end. I'm just trying to keep my units in a position where it's going to take them more than one turn to cross. I don't want them being able to cross and blow open my defense that fast. I want to delay them and attack them on that river over and over. I'm still bringing up some of my non-core units, and I'm going to have to do elite replacements. That Pioneer, they're in a city. That's going to be where they fight pretty well, but this is going to be a costly one. Right there, beautiful result from the Stukas. And anytime I see tankettes, anytime I see tanks, anytime I see motorized anything, I'm just going to have to attack from the air relentlessly. I have to wear them down before they get up close. Because right now, this push, I mean, they're really at a weak spot in my line. Over here to the west, it's not so bad. And then far to the east, it's not so bad. But hitting the center, that's the worst thing they can do. I do have the river advantage here, though. I'm not worried about this part currently, at least not with the strength they're using. Hopefully that's far away enough that won't bite me. And it looks like I'm wasting turns because I'm not moving in other units. But again, my entire strategy is this river line. And I'm going to stick with that unless I see something better or it stops working or they shift their axis of attack. But for now, I can afford to be patient and just let them come to me. Looks like we might get bad weather next turn. I don't like that, but it is what it is. Yep. Let's see. And tank cats can't do anything. Oh, that river advantage. That could be the X factor, really could. Now we have their first units actually on the river, not in a major city area, so they're trying to get around these bridges. They know I've kind of bottlenecked them, and they are going to try to go around. It's smart, but we'll see if I can stymie them. So, come on, throw them back. And, yep, beautiful, destroyed. All right, I like that result, I really do. Yeah, I can use my artillery. I mean, maybe there's an argument to be made saying save the ammo, but I am trying to keep these units alive as long as possible. I'm trying not to have to spend any extra prestige I don't have to, and expend any steps of damage I don't have to, because this could be a long one. I'm only on turn 3, and it's going well so far, but we do have to make it all the way to turn 20. And then, if I want to get the decisive victory, I am going to have to recapture all of these crossings that I'm giving up for this strategy. Stukas are doing work. And so far, one thing I'm happy about, I haven't seen any of the 7 TPs. They have not brought the heaviest tanks to bear. If you can see, one of the problems, though, that's going to come up in the future, I really don't like how far that air base is. And so as well as these Stukas and my fighter are doing at airbase is so far, whenever they get low on fuel, they're going to have to spend a couple turns. And I don't know. I'm worried about that. It hasn't come up yet, but I'm only doing my first refuel, and it's only the first major wave. So hopefully that is not a massive problem. Oh, 38T, I love you. You're not even a German tank, but you are going to fight for Der Vaterland real well. Nothing over there in the east. I would imagine if this is like most RTS games and other strategy games where you do a forlorn defense type scenario, they're going to shift their axis of attack as the scenario goes and probe at different areas to stretch the player. And right there, whew, that cavalry is really trying to make a push across. And I really don't have a ton of infantry. Like I said, that middle area, I'm worried that's going to be the problem. Luckily, they are in range from those Stukas. Okay, so the eastern part of the map is not if I get desperate. But this part of the map is from those airfields, and that's nice. Do I just use the anti-tank gun? Alright, give me a good result. Make this worth it. Well, it wasn't great, but the other anti-tank gun is able to... Oh, took some damage. Is able to throw them back. And there. If I can lower their efficiency, and I do, great. Get that cavalry out of there. Now, I'm glad this part's going well because they are bringing up some artillery. They know my strategy, and they know if they do bring artillery to bear, they can wear me down. They can World War I this, and I don't have the forces. Even with my whole corps deployed, I just don't have the forces to cover all these areas at the same time with the same strength. Good result there. That's nice. So I just got to stick with the plan. Artillery without anti-air cover is really vulnerable to close air support, so hopefully the Stukas can get that done. And see, this is what I was worried about. I'm going to have to waste 2 turns now getting him back to the airfield, keeping him out of the fight. It's just not good. Does so much more damage on that river line, but I gotta wear down that artillery. I do not... Oh, cool. The Stukas are heroes. I do not want them digging out those pioneers. It's a city, and I have artillery support on it. I really want to be able to hold that area longer. Now, I can move that artillery up, but they can attack me from the river hex. It won't be a good attack, but still, infantry against unsupported artillery will not be fun. So let's see, what can I do? Alright. Yeah, no, not a great attack. You would think Gebirgsjäger from the actual mountains would have done more, but he retreated, that's fine. Worst case scenario, they did make a change from the initial build of this game. Initially, it would not put units into a lower efficiency to do combat repairs, but now it does if they're repairing more than a couple steps. So if they retreat and they have to do a combat repair, they will drop to yellow or red efficiency. It's just a nice mechanic. It means you can't like repair and instantly attack. And so it's trying to... Ooh, they're finally bringing in air support. It's trying to get you to like rotate units off the line if you need to repair them, which I don't like. See, I don't like that. But unfortunately, to support the city hex, I'm going to have it that close to the river. Otherwise, see, it can't even hit the mountains on the other side. It's not ideal. All right, shoot it down. No, close. It's not ideal, but it'll have to suffice for now. And, yeah, I just have to get that Stuka ready to refuel. They're really stretching it. But that's the point of the scenario, make it feel like it's a desperate defense. I get it. He can refuel. All right, and throw them back. Those jerk units. Worst part, too, is I'm going to want that artillery repaired pretty well. I want it, like, functional. But it's going to feel like a waste because it's not part of my core. So I don't get it in other scenarios. It's just I need it because I'm only on turn 6. I'm not even halfway through this. But the strategy is working well. They're just going to keep taking these objectives because, rightly so, they have to cross the river somehow. But I really want that decisive victory. And probably could have attacked that cavalry, but whatever. This is all about patience. And, oh, man, 2 7TPs, and it looks like some French Renault tanks. Interesting. Yeah, shoot that thing down. There we go. And that cavalry wasn't able to do anything, but get them out of there. All right. They're all on river hexes, so they should take extra Stuka damage. I'll live with that. It's not the worst. This Stuka is farting around, got to refuel. And if you look there, yep, those 7 TPs, I mean, they're going to dish out something. There will be counterattacks, but I can live with 2. And even though that's lower than I wanted, I can live with 4. I'm not going to try to swap out or do anything fancy. I just have to stick with the plan. The best those tanks can do is either attack from a river hex into a city, which wouldn't be good for them, or skirt the river hex, and then I get more river attacks on them. So Right now, I just have to hold. It's going to make me antsy to watch that many tanks line up, but I cannot get like that. I just have to hold. I really wish that artillery could support, but then their infantry is just going to keep attacking it. It's interesting when a game makes you make command decisions like that, where you're actually not sure what the best outcome is. It keeps it from being, and they're going to waste an attack on a fort there. That's nice, I guess. Where it makes you not know what the correct answer is. That means it's actually presenting you with a pretty interesting tactical problem. Wonderful result. Well, that helps with my tank issue. And even the recon Stukas are getting a half result there. That's beautiful. And they're so far west that they're able to get back real close to their airfields. Love it. All right, well, that took care of a lot of my tank worries. I am very happy about that. Very, very happy, guys. Let's see, fighter. You could have gotten one attack, but it's just not worth it. I need to refuel. And the tankettes, exactly where I want them. My mountain troops. Throw them out. Beautiful. They have more artillery. Don't like that. And I really can't do anything in that center area. I'm not going to attack from the city to like a mountain hex or a city to a forest hex. It's not worth it. So I'm just going to hold, and then hopefully if I can clear my flanks, maybe then I can come around at the very end. We'll see how it plays out. Tankettes are coming in, R-35's coming, and they are repairing their 7 TPs. That's fine. That keeps them out of the fight just a little bit. All right. Good tank hunting. I appreciate that. My other Stukas. Yeah, we'll let those units repair. Try to get what I can get. I will take that 2 from a fighter. That's about the best I can hope for. Those infantry are just going to chill there until that artillery comes up. So I'm content to let them until I need to react. And keep worrying about this west. It's clear if they brought like 3 tank units and a bunch of tankettes, they really want this western area right now. So I'm going to put my focus where they put their focus, and then I will shift my axis of defense when I have to. Those results could be better right now because I have air superiority over there. I don't need to attack. I'm just going to let the air units do their magic. These units, however, it should be, my anti-tanks finally doing what they're supposed to. I don't know. I might have to switch those out at some point. I don't need as many anti-tank units as it gives. And usually there's so many in the non-core units. I don't know if I want one in my core. I have to decide. We'll see how this scenario ends. But right now I'm leaning towards switching that out for something else. Stuka eliminates their tanks. Beautiful. Alright. -7. Oh, that was better than I could have hoped for. And did not mean to do that. Let's refuel that Stuka. Oh, lovely. Alright, well, the west is getting closer. It's starting to wind down. Let's see if I can repair. It's only going to repair 1, but it didn't drop my efficiency, so it's going to let that unit still fight. I think I just have to hold. It makes me nervous to leave that many attacks on the field, but I have a plan, and so far it's working. I still have to retake these crossings. That's not going to be a total given, but so far this strategy has been working out pretty well. Yeah, there's 3 infantry units here. I got to clear this flank. And it looks like they're starting to shift their focus of attack to the east. I'm going to have to deal with that in a moment. So let's unleash the Luftwaffe. Keep them honest. Even if I can keep that artillery just repairing every single turn, it's not going to be able to start digging me out. And right here, ooh, my defense is pretty skimpy on this side, and they're getting ready to make a big push over there in the last half of the scenario. I want to clear some of these units out, but I am going to have to shift my axis of attack. No counterattack. Beautiful. Those pioneers, I have gotten a lot of mileage out of those pioneers. Between the Lud scenario and digging the enemy out in the cities, and now defending from cities. I love the pioneers. Later in the game, I'm going to have to switch over to different flavors of infantry, but in these early scenarios, I am very happy with them and very happy with my mountain troops. A lot of attacks, but again, time is on my side. If I can just hold, I will win, but let's see how this east goes. Alright, so they're going to mess around. They're going to take some damage from a non-core fort unit. I'm happy about that. Even if it's just their tankettes, it is better than nothing. And the west, I'm sorry about them. The west and the center are winding down, which is good for me. I am very happy about that. Let's start grinding away at these tanks. Now, there is a close airfield over here in the east. So, if I can get the Luftwaffe over there, that's going to be a quicker turnaround. I wish they put an airfield in the center. I get why they didn't, but I wish that they had. Alright. Oh, what do I do? Look at that. I don't want an anti-tank unit in that city now. It wasn't a big deal when I didn't think the fight would go like this, but I have to pull him off the line, hope he doesn't die, or possibly even sacrifice him, because I gotta get my Gebirgsjäger in. So, I tell you what, I think this anti-tank has to take one for the team. I just need them out of there. I need to put a better defensive unit in. And I'm going to have to start shifting over some defense. I'm going to have to bring over some tanks. Woo! Yeah, see, it's a well-designed scenario. I really enjoy these grand campaign scenarios. The way they attack in the center, then the west, and now the east really forces you to shift your defense and think about it. And they're still applying pressure in these other areas, so it's not like I can just move everything I have in order to defend the east, but whew, well designed. And now they're going to shift over. That actually, oh wow, that poor anti-tank unit. At least it's non-core, but I think that's a big moment. I think that is the first dead unit we've had in the campaign. So we will pour some out for that anti-tank, but he allowed me to set up a better defense. I now have 2 artillery units. And so even with 2 infantry, I think this artillery advantage is going to at least let me hold. Now that crossing on the river, I'm going to have to constantly retake that. But the city hex I'm not worried about. So I don't know. It depends how many more waves there are after this turn. But I think with the whole Luftwaffe coming over, and hopefully if I get rid of the 7 TP, I can start shifting my axis of attack. Any luck? Alright. What can kill you? No, not quite. But at least they can't counterattack. And again, if I wanted to be aggressive, I could put some sort of unit in a river hex, come around, try to sweep those units off the map before they can repair. But I'm sticking with my plan. It's working so far. I've got most of these objectives, and the ones I don't, I think I can retake pretty easily. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. I cannot get aggressive. I cannot get overconfident. I just have to hold. And some more Iron Crosses. This scenario, yeah, with the overwhelming amount of Polish units, It definitely has been probably the heaviest combat so far. The west here looks like it is winding down. And might as well keep him pinned. Alright, I've got the Luftwaffe here. See if I can destroy this thing and then refuel. Works out perfectly. That guy's just going to have to refuel, unfortunately. Alright. Bust some tanks. Not bad for a fighter. I don't know what else I could expect, really. So, I don't know. It's turn 14. I can say this area, with how many troops I have over here, retaking that objective at the very end might be the challenge of the run. I don't know. It's going well in the center, but this east, I'm going to have to launch a counterattack, and that could stress. That could stress all the units I have. Oh, maybe they're going to come back to the center. They would not send air cover if they didn't have some sort of plan. Let's see. Well, it says I can do free attack, so I'll take it. But they're going to retreat before I can destroy them. Like usual. Oh, wow. My Gebirgsjäger actually took a casualty up in the mountains. They got attacked in their home, and wow! A forest hex attacking a bridge hex, and I took 3 damage right there. That's rough. That artillery is a juicy target, but I gotta shoot down their air force. Oh, do I do it? See, I don't. Ugh. I have my plan. I want to stick with my plan, but it would be tempting to race my 38T. I just don't have the recon there to know what they have. It could be a trap. I could race it out there, and it could get hit with like 3 7TPs and be the end of it. And then I'm doing the last 5 or 6 turns without one of my better tank units. Alright, infantry against tanks. Well, they retreat, but even with 0 efficiency, I couldn't take out a single one. That's rough. I'm not going to take a casualty if I don't have to. Just keep holding. Oh, those cheeky little jerks. They're just going to do their 1 damage to my Stukas and move on. Oh, no! Oh! A super overstacked cavalry, and oh, they've torn open my defense. Oh, good God. And now they're attacking with artillery. I did not think pioneers defending in a city could rip open my defense like that, but boy, the winged hussars arrived. Oh, Poland, you and your winged hussars. It's 1939. Like, let it go. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just got to bring the Luftwaffe over. Luckily, those anti-tank units are not core, but now I just have to launch anything I can do. Oh, and that the 38T is going to be outnumbered. But oh man, this almost has me speechless. That was like the worst thing that could have happened. One crazy overstacked unit, and all of a sudden it's going to start unraveling my defense. Alright. Oh, my Gebirgsjäger, they're going to try to wheedle him out. Now, I can't attack on a river hex. I don't want to do the same thing I've been having them do all day. Oh, that's my first core unit dead too. So, it's an even sadder moment. We've lost our first unit, and we just lost our first core. And unfortunately, I've been getting these special event units throughout, so now I'm not going to be able to have as many units every scenario as I did. Sad day, but you know what? It's a good scenario. It's definitely making it feel like a desperate defense. And that worthless little unit couldn't even do 1 damage. It's an encore, so I don't care about it, but let's see if I can sacrifice him, push this artillery away. And I do. Okay. Do I want all-out attack? I think I do. I think I have to. Move him over. Yeah. This is going to get rough. They're going to make me earn this if I want the decisive. Now, if you're not fighting for a decisive victory, I mean, you really only need one objective. But, like I said, I think this game is most fun, and same with, like, Battle Academy. When you're going for objectives, it makes the scenarios that much harder. And if you're doing it from the get-go, I think the challenge is definitely part of the appeal. So for now, we're still going to fight for it. I'm not considering this run a failure if we try and don't get it, but I would consider this run disappointing if we don't even try. Alright, I do have an open core slot, so they are going to let me just straight up replace it and deploy that. That's nice. Get rid of their air cover. Alright. I've got a skeleton crew over here, just 2 infantry, 2 artillery. See if I can dig them out. Oh, I can't kill it. That's bad. Because I'm going to need these Stukas. I'm going to need all available air cover. Hitting everything I can hit. Dig him out. I probably could have killed that artillery first. Probably should have. But, oh, why did I do that? Try to take the tanks. Now, you know what, I can put the Gebirgsjäger in the city and attack the artillery. Wow, but if you look, those 38Ts don't have a free reign against the 7TP. The 7TP is a good tank. So I gotta think about this, what order I'm gonna do. Sacrificing him's not going to do a whole lot. Put you in the city, take out their artillery. They still have that overstacked cavalry, so I can't just write that off. Do I want to worry about these tanks? Hit them from 2 sides? I think I have to. Wow, it was supposed to be 2 and 5. Instead, it's 1 and 1. But then I make up for it by getting -7. The variety you get in attack results in this game is real exciting. That's why I think, especially in these well-designed scenarios, it's not pure puzzle, because you're not going to get the same results every single time. Alright. Oh, this recon unit could be my 2nd core casualty. I have to do it. I have to get some space. But, yeah, they are going to jump in with that cavalry and all that infantry. That's okay, though. They let me get my defense a little more set. I think at this point some units are going to have to die for the greater good. That's... oh, more tanks. Poland, I don't know where you're getting these tanks. The French are giving some away, but I don't know how you have all these factories. No, Poland didn't have the tanks Germany had, but they definitely had their packets of 57 TPs, and in this scenario, I guess you're finding every single one. Alright. What do we want to replace that unit with? Well, I lost Pioneers, so you know what? For now, I think I'm just going to straight up replace them and get them back. Unfortunately, oh, my infantry are so weak. And it's a storm turn, so I'm not even going to get an air cover. They're making me earn it today. It's turn 18, so counting this turn, I have 3 left to recapture all of those crossings. That's a good result, though. I'll take that. And, oh, they retreat the wrong way. Beautiful. Take them out. I don't know. It's going to really come down to when I want to launch my counterattack. I can't even see that well, too. Because, unfortunately, with the storm turn, it's going to ruin my visibility. Alright. Those cavalry are tough. Oh, an Iron Cross. But they retreat the wrong way, too. I'm very happy about that. Good. Got rid of that overstacked cavalry. Maybe, just maybe, the recon can survive. I'm going to try to retreat him. Unfortunately, he has to retreat to the river hex, so he's going to take a lot of damage. But if I can extract him, I can extract him. If I can't, I can't. And, oh, I get ambushed. And it wastes a turn. Look at that. Even those old R35s. And into a forest hex. And I'm going to take that much damage from those old French tanks. Not only that, but they're going to launch more. I can't win. This is coming down to it. Oh, I hope I don't lose this. I do not want to give up the 30 AT. And my recon's done. This is a bloody scenario. If you want to hold all of these objectives, and if I was just holding one, like, I could have given all this up. I wouldn't have had to be so aggressive. But this has become bloody. I've lost now 3 core units. Oh. Move him back in. Leave him. And it's turn 19, so the worst part is, while weathering this storm, I am going to have to take back these 2 crossings. So, probably going to have some pretty decent combat and possibly use some units on those counterattacks. Speaking of counterattacks, no, I'll try next turn. I think I'll come down the very last turn. I'll see if I can just, like, plop a unit on. And Poland goes first on turn 20, so I should have the last move. And I should be able to just throw units on a hex and call it a day if I can move the Poles off. And that's going to have to be the strategy, but this is going to come down to the very end. Finally destroying some of their tanks. Can I get you off that hex? No. Yeah, I need to start being more aggressive. I need to take these points. Alright. And then they'll get 1 turn react. That's probably a better decision. I'm happier with that. I don't want to wait till the very last turn. But if they have something coming out of the mist and the fog of war, it could be rough. Let's repair you. Alright, well, he can take some nasty counterattacks on the final turn, but for now, I'll still have him, so it's better than nothing. Let's... that city is not defending me as much as I would hope, but hopefully they're winding down enough. I'm going to buy a new recon unit, but I am going to upgrade. Last turn, let's see what they try. They are going to take that crossing, make me retake it. It's a good move. And they're going to do an all-out infantry attack and see, do I have enough units that I can take it? And that R35, you guys are probably wondering why I'm attacking that. It is kind of in the way. If I can't move this infantry with what I have, I'm going to need it out of the way to get my 7 TPs up there if I have to, but luckily that artillery is devastating, and so I think I'm going to be okay here. Yeah, I could have hit him with that infantry, but I'm just trying to get you out of there. And this is winding down. I think I'm going to have to look over to the east. I think that's all my objectives. Let's see if I can do anything fun here. No. And on the last turn, I have every single objective, so I've done it. Woo, that was a tough scenario. We took our first casualties, but we held out. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you learned something or enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.